Well, welcome back, folks. Welcome once again to the Humber. We're back on the Humber wall in rather miserable conditions, it's got to be said. We have got rain that wasn't forecast. It was at least supposed to be dry today. But the other thing we've got is 40 to 50 mile an hour winds, which are just frankly terrible. But I'd organised to come out. I've got my dad set up just to my left, your right. We were going to fish the north side. Like I say, we've got some howling southerly winds. I don't know if you can tell whether that's a bite or the wind, who knows. But we're set up, we're fishing, so I'm going to stop complaining at that. Today, 2 rods, both with pulley panels on. I've got my brand spanking new Endurance Pro Max and also a loaned Any Fish Anywhere Tournament Match Remastered, which I'm trialling at the minute. So they're both set up at the minute. I've got pulley panels on both, 3.0 tamers on the bottom hook and 4.0 Cox and Roll octopus hooks at the top. And I've got squid and carp on one and squid and blacks on the other. We're out, we're in the elements, we're fishing, we're after cod. Very slow morning so far, but Dad's off the mark. Little dab.
There you go. Beautiful little thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll put him back and see if we can get his big brother.
Yeah, did I see you snagged up on another line as well?
Yeah.
I'll fetch that in. I had a nice little codling on mine last time I foul hooked a line. Oh well, we were doing alright, but look at that. It's coming in. That's going to come in thick and fast as well. Oh, you've got to love it. You've got to love it. Right, as soon as I've just had that dab, time to swap baits now. I have put a ridiculously small... Oh, I'll tell you what, I was going to say I am not at all confident in getting this back. I fired this one, I put a tiny little squid and cartwing bait on and fired it out towards the end of the pier over there, and I expected it to be far too rough to get it back, but it's come straight up, which means I think when we've rebaited this, it's going back to, because straight out in front of us there is a big, well, I think it's all pretty much like this. There's a lot of kelp. I've not lost any gear as yet, probably just cursed it saying that, but you certainly have to break it out of the weed before you can get your gear back. Bait is intact, cart wing is completely washed out, but Dad's into the fish. That's the most important thing. I would love to get him a nice cod today. I don't care if I blank. If my dad catches a cod, I'll be chuffed. Right, let me do a quick bit of filming while we've got no rain. We have got, there is the odd patch of blue sky now knocking about, but I've just peered over the wall and it looks dreadful coming our way. So far, I haven't had a single knock. Not that you'd be able to tell anyway, because I mean the wind's just got the rod tips bouncing around like bloody wano. In front of us is weedy, snaggy. You have to pull out of the kelp to get your gear back. If you cast to the left towards the pier, it comes back clean. So at the minute, I've got one fired out towards the end of the pier, and the other one that I've been putting close. I've probably put that no more than 20 yards out, just because. Well, I've been casting. Oh, where are you going? I've been casting far. Been casting a distance and it's not produced anything, so I thought I'd mix it up and casting close. Dad's just snapped off again. He had a good knock, but other than that, it's slow going. No idea what time we're coming up to. I don't even know where my phone is. Probably getting on for 10 or 11 o'clock. And we are going to fish here, I think, until 12. I think we'll fish here until 12, and then we'll maybe go and have a look at another mark. If it doesn't pick up over high water, Now the river always fishes better on the ebb as far as I'm concerned. So it's that big gamble then. Do we stay here and hope it gets better on the ebb, or do we go to another mark which could potentially be busy, but we could fish it all the way down, it would get very muddy, and then fish it back up again into the evening until Dad's had enough and we go home. That is the big decision at the minute. Oh, now then. I was just enjoying a little bit of sunshine coming up. There's a little bit of a knock on this rod and it stood up. I think that's just wind. Let's see if we can get her in. Let's have a good go, shall we? Ooh. Oh, it is not. Hold on a minute. Hold on. What was that? Did you see what I just saw? Yes, I did. Yes, we did. In short, worked. Look at that. Absolute pristine condition. Pristine condition. What a pretty little fish. Absolutely engulfed that as well. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to switch the camera off, I'll get him unhooked and I'll give you a good show, because that's a stunning little fish. There we go. There we go. Right. Lovely little fish. About, what, £2? Something like that. Stunning little markings on him. But my first fish, first cod of the session. We'll get him straight back, I think. Right, another caught wing bait going out, and just for the purposes of the video, let me show you just how far that was cast out. It was literally, well, it weren't even as far as that, but that will do. We're not going far. You probably couldn't see that because my big frame was in the way. Oh, here we go. Dad just had a knock then. Go on then, no pressure. Is this one that you've just cast out short? Yeah. Dropped it, haven't you?
Oh, it's there. Come on.
I didn't see that. I'll have to watch that back in the footage.
Yeah.
Haven't you?
Oh, it's there. Whoa.
Oh, there you are then. Cast it short.
Huh?
Cast it short.
I'm going to.
Good. Yeah, just chuck it out. Like I say, 15 yards, if that.
Well, that's 1.5 I've got.
Oh, come on. And he told me earlier as well. You know that dab he had earlier. He admitted to me earlier it was foul hooked. So he reckons he's had that as he's gone to reel in. There we are. Beautiful cast, right. Yeah, he admitted to me as well. He foul hooked it, and now he's claiming 1.5 fish. Yeah, all right. Anyway. The fish, they're coming on the feed. I think, what time are we on? It is 20 to 12, so we've got about an hour and a half-ish till high water. And yeah, it looks like things are slowly starting to pick up, just in time for me to go and get a sandwich. So it's clean ground over there, but it doesn't seem to be doing much. I wonder if we drop it over left and short. Try and get it about halfway. Up that pier. Hey, Dad's got. What's that little white in? That looks like it's properly hooked. Let's have a look then. Is this legitimate catch number 1?
No. This is legitimate catch number 2.
Legitimate catch landed.
We're bending rules again.
I don't know about me bending rules.
Anyway,
well done.
Get him back.
Well, the wind just kicked up, but I'm pretty sure that was a nice little knock. Now I've just rebaited up. I've got a coral bag off my dad, who I tried them before and I weren't really impressed because once they defrost they just go to mush, so they've got nothing left in them. And lo and behold, have gone to mush, so I've just whipped one on with a couple of blacks backed onto it. Hopefully the scent from the bag itself will interest something, but that was a definite little knock. Weather's holding off, which is good. We're not getting absolutely soaked to the core anymore. I mean, over that side it is jet black. Over the top of Grimsby looks like it's getting an absolute thrashing, and over that side towards, no idea where that is, past Hull, definitely past Hull, and that way there's some big dark clouds over there. But we seem to be doing alright at the minute. We seem to be doing alright. It is got to be getting on for high tide, bang on high water. So it's been a slow old morning, a slow old morning. Dad's had, what's Dad had? He's had that whiting, a dab, and possibly a codling that I never saw. You guys, well, we'll know by now because I'll have seen it back in the footage. But yeah, he's had a foul up dab, a whiting, and a mysterious, unseen codling. And I've had that one codling, which was, you know, the first action that I saw all morning. So it's been slow, to say the least. It's been very slow. Now the grand debate rumbles on. Do we stay here and fish it down? Like I say, the river always, for me, fishes better on the ebb. There's a load of folk just turned up further down. Well, I say just turned up, half an hour ago. So they're obviously here to fish down the tide. But I do know the better fish have been coming out further up the river. So the big debate is, do we stay here and carry on and hope it gets better? Or do we move and hope we don't miss it? That's the thing about fishing. I don't think you can ever quite get it right, can you? Well, Dad's pretty killing it at the minute. I got a shout from the van. Oh, fetch me rod! Looked over and his rod was tapping away. And now he's just had another. Thought I'd come over here and get some footage as soon as I'm catching note. Although I did land his whiting, that last whiting, I did land it. Because you were busy.
I was doing something important like getting some food.
Commitment, zero commitment.
No?
Oh!
Yeah.
I've come all this way to watch your catch note. I could have done that from over there. That's a hook. Supposed to have a fish on it.
It's nicked me squid. Thieving swine. It won't nick it next time.
Yeah, Dad's finding the whiting alright. Ooh, I still can't tell whether that's a bite or the wind or what's going on. But yeah, Dad's doing alright on the whiting. I think he's up to 3 or 4 whiting now and that dab. I'm still on that one codling, but it's quality over quantity though, isn't it really? Come on, coddies. Right, there you go then. One bait lashed up and ready to go. That's blacks and a cart wing. What I'm having to do is I'm having to leave the cart wing in the cling film because frankly once they're defrosted they just go to mush. So what I'm doing is I'm leaving them in the cling film. You can probably see a bit better there, and just basically cutting them in half, cutting the ends of the cling film so it oozes out either end. It just keeps them together a bit because, like I say, I mean they're good wings, but they've got no backbone to them. So as soon as they're defrosted, they just completely go to mush. A little bit of weed on the end of the line. That'll come back clean again. I said bites were hard to spot. Just reeled interchange baits. Lovely, lovely little haddock. Cracking little fish. My first ever shore caught haddock as well, I think. So, yeah, lovely little fish that. Absolutely. You can see the thumbprint on his back. dropped him. But yeah, cracking little fish. Species number 2 for me of the day. Still waiting for that big codling. And I've just realised all the cod that I've caught recently, and I don't think I've taken a picture of a single one of them for Tommy Joe's species hunt. So let's get a picture of him before he goes back. There we go then, my first ever, or my first official shore caught addict, £2 9 ounces. Alright?
Get down.
He's happy because I've told him he can move down and fish my spot. See if he can get some real fish. It's got my fish in it. I've pre-baited it for you. If you don't catch now, there's something wrong. Anyway, yeah, £2 9 ounces. Just had a good knock on there. We're probably about half an hour into the ebb, so like I said earlier, hopefully it's just starting to come on. The light is starting to drop a little bit as well, and I am going to go and sort this rod out because, tell you what, let's let it develop. I'll keep talking to you for a little bit because I feel like I've done zero filming. We're probably about 6 minutes into the video so far. But yeah, Dad's going to move down because he keeps snagging up down there. I mean, he's had plenty of white in that dab, so he's going to come to my left and fish. Well, I've cast his other rod out, I've put it down on the end of the pier. Hopefully we can get him into, like I say, my only objective really is to get him into a cod, get him a nice codling and take home with it. Now, I don't think you'll have seen this before because the first time I used it was on the Mersey and the audio was shocking, so I didn't make a video out of it. Can't tell if that lens is dirty or if it's just a screen that's fogged up. That looks a bit better. But I bought myself a prawn net and sling it down here in the depths while we're stood around waiting. And just see if we can't get us some fresh bait. Hey! Now that is a decent rockling. No prawns, which is what I was after, but I think we've got a rockling and that looks like a little pollock of all things. Let's get them out, I'll give you a show. Might be a little pollock, and then what is quite a sizable 5-bearded rockling. And one thing that I have just noticed that I've never noticed before, look at that just reverberating down its back. Somebody can let me know in the comments the purposes of that. Be very grateful. So yeah, bit weird that. Bit weird. Right, so I think we've got a game plan. It's 3 o'clock, so it's 2 hours after high water. Now, for me, 2 to 3 hours after high water is the point where if it's going to happen, that's when it's going to happen. So the game plan is we're going to fish here for another hour. If it doesn't all of a sudden switch on and start producing some fish, we're going to up sticks and move slightly further up the river to the mark where I wanted to fish this morning really. I've just stuck my head over the wall. It's still fairly windy when you get up and over the wall, but it has calmed off quite a bit. So we're gonna fish here till 4 for another hour, and then we're gonna head up the river and go and see if we can get set up somewhere just before dark, fish it down to low, and then back up a few hours. Now Dad's got work in the morning. He did say he wanted to be home no later than 2 AM. It's just turned into he wants to be back at mine for no later than 12 PM. So yeah, essentially we're going to go get set up over there. Hopefully we can get set up for about 5ish, and then yeah, we'll just fish until Dad's had enough, I think. Right, I was just taking the mick out of my dad for catching a one-eyed whiting, right? There's mine, species number 3. Not only a blind whiting, a poor little sod. So I'm going to go and get him back. Hopefully he goes off to live whatever quality of life he can get. He's obviously not got a problem finding the food, has he? Greedy pig. Come on, because you're whinging a minute, you're snagged up. Oh, you have snagged it up as well, haven't you?
There you go.
Oh.
I don't believe this. Look at that.
Has it got any eyes?
Yeah.
Oh, it's healthier than that. That's when you caught. Alright, go on, send him back. While he's got half a chance. Bloody hell, could you have got him any higher? He did a full 360 and the backflip.
Yeah, all right. Last time you complained I put him in a rock pool.
Well, you did.
I didn't.
Anyway, come on. Let's get shifted on, shall we? Let's move marks. Last cast. Last cast, and he's only gone and done it. He's only gone and done it. Not quite a codling, but slippery, aren't they? There you go.
How about that?
Lovely little addict.
Yeah.
Nice that.
Oh, he's got acne.
Hey?
He's got acne.
Not got acne. Hey? Oh yeah, he's got a little mark on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice little fish that, mate. Well done.
Yeah.
Right, we've moved. I moved my knee so you can actually see something. We've moved, we're all set up on the new mark. Like I say, this is probably the mark that I wanted to fish earlier on, but the wind was absolutely howling. It's not as bad now, is it?
No.
It's calmed down a bit. Got the shelter, lugged that up here. To be honest, this is only the second time using the shelter, and yeah, I wouldn't have fancied trying it in the wind that we had earlier on.
It would have probably been up at Withensea by now.
Yeah. So didn't fancy that, but we're all set up. I have just had another PB, so I'll roll that footage on now. Well, folks, I've only gone and done it on another new PB. That's the second time on the Humber, and that's just gone £7, 1 ounce. Absolute stonker of a cod. Chuffed to pieces with that. I haven't even got the microphones or anything set up yet, but yeah, I'm well happy with that. Another absolute monster. See if we can find another one. See if we can't break the PB twice in a row. Get in. And yeah, we're set up. We're fishing. It's going all right. Like I say, my main objective today is to get Dad a cod. It's going to happen.
Yeah, I know. Whatever.
So we're in the right mark. I've proved it's possible.
Will I still be alive to see this cod, seeing as how I've just scaled down a cliff and back up again?
Oh, you should have heard the whinging.
With a £7 cod in hand.
Oh, I'm not going to the gym again.
I'm certainly not going to the gym tonight, that's for definite.
Yeah, yeah, Dad, we call it nomenteering. Dad nomenteered to go down and scale down and fetch it. I managed to beach it. And yeah, Dad went down and lugged it up for me. So it's workout done for the day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm going to return the favour later on. I'm confident. We are. It's probably just...
Oh, I can assure you you're going to return the favour later on. Even if it's just a little whiting, you're going down that cliff.
So we've just hit low water now. There were plenty of lads on here just wrapping up, said it had been a fairly slow day. A couple of them had nice fish. But yeah, hopefully, as the tide starts to flood in, we'll see some more fish come on. Now the plan is we're going to fish till about, well, ideally high water about 2 AM.
Run that by me again. Alex just hasn't mentioned the fact that I have to be back in Derbyshire and at work at 8 AM.
Hey, you told me you had to be up for 5.
I do.
Well, in that case then we can fish the other as well.
Yeah, well, you know where you can stick that out here.
But yeah, we're basically going to stick it out as long as possible. Dad can call quits whenever he wants. I might have a look, see how much an Uber is.
5 minutes? Is that enough?
No, we're not leaving here until you get a cod.
Oh shit.
Now just wait a minute. That was an absolute lump of a bite. Don't do anything with it just yet. Come on, fish, where are you? Right, reel down. Just reel down. And then gently lift your rod up. Don't snatch at it, just gently. Anything there?
No.
Right, just put your rod back in the rest then. And just wait. So we've just rebaited with a half a wing and a couple of blacks. You've got slack line, just reel down. Tighten your rod down. That's it, that's it. Just broke your lead loose, hasn't it? Right, just go, I think you're gonna have to keep an eye on that. That was an absolute thunderous bite. I'll film this on my phone so people can appreciate the wind and the rain and how bad it's getting. Yeah, wind's getting to you, innit, pal? Weather's getting to it. This weather, this weather is, well, I mean, if you can't see the tent, or the thing battering me inside the head, it's getting wild, isn't it?
Just a touch.
I thought we'd done all right. We've done pretty well for the weather. To say that, I mean, somebody, I looked at the weather forecast and it said up to 50 mile an hour winds and dry. Somebody read me a weather forecast this morning that says we were going to have 8 millimetres of rain.
What are you looking at me for? That's what it said on the weather forecast.
Yeah, 8 millimetres of rain. We've probably had that while I've done this bit. It's pissed it down at parts. I tried to keep language down, but there's only one way to describe it. It absolutely slung it down this morning, and then we've had an alright day, to be fair. The wind wasn't as bad. I still wouldn't have liked to fish the north side. That would have been uncomfortable, but we've managed to avoid most of it, haven't we? But it's getting to the point now. What time are we on? We are on 20 to 9. You've had enough, haven't you?
Just a bit. But to be fair, we have given it our best shot today.
Yeah, we've had a good session.
We have, and we've had a good laugh as well, haven't we?
Yeah.
With one-eyed fish and no-eyed fish.
Blind fish.
Yeah.
I'd still like to get that one cod, but
we will get it, just not tonight.
I'd quite happy sit out and
yeah, you would.
and fish on, but at the same time, I was just saying, isn't it weird, right? I can't feel my hands, but they're cold. Why is it? I know that they're cold, but I can't bloody feel them. There's nothing there.
You see that thing down there? Is that an ice flow going down the river?
That's right, I thought you were being serious then. Eh? Yeah, it's got a bit cold. This wind has got a fair chill to it. And we've had a good session. So, we've called it last baits. I've crumbled to peer pressure. We've called it last baits. We've had a good day's fishing. Hopefully, like I say, hopefully we'll get a cod on that last cast. Just to seal the deal. I'll go home at happy man. I mean, I'm going to go home at happy man, but like I say, it's late in November. We've still got a long way to go with this cod season. Who knows? Now that the rain, the snow, the fresh water is in the Humber, maybe the Humber will start to die off a little bit. Maybe the coast will start fishing better. Who knows? But I can't complain this early in the cod season. Right, we're done. We're out. We're finished. Yeah, it got pretty cold. So when I said, should we wrap up, there was no hesitations. But cracking day's fishing. No cod for Dad,
unfortunately, which was my one objective for today. So we are going to have to come out and do it again.
Oh, isn't that a shame? So when the weather gets really bad, you can guarantee he'll get me out of the nursing home and stick me on top of a cliff.
Yeah. So watch out for the shit weather. And there'll be a video with my dad to follow. Thoroughly enjoyed myself. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's been a good laugh, hasn't it?
Yeah, on that note, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. And until next time, take care and tight lines.
Bye-bye.